What's going on? What's going on, my people? I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. I hope all is well. Before I get started, please subscribe to the channel. We'll greatly appreciate your support. This is actually episode 166. The title is Stay Present. And before I get started, I want to give a shout out to my older sister, Shoshana, who passed away last Friday in Houston, Texas. I want to give a big shout out, and I'm going to actually, this episode is for her. And the title in itself, To Stay Present, no matter what life brings, no matter what you're going through in your life, you must stay current and you must stay present. So throughout everything that we go through in life, there's a lot of things that can take you out of your character. There's a lot of things that can take you in a different direction. There's a lot of things that may sway you one way or the other. And life and death is definitely one of them, for sure. Like I said, this is in honor of my sister. It took me a few days to really put this in perspective. Again, when you lose a sibling, when you lose any loved one, you're not prepared for that. Even if you think you are, you're not prepared for that. So when it happens, no matter what the circumstances are, you're not prepared for that. So, a lot of people, when you go through certain things in life and you're not, you don't really know how to digest that, there's a lot of things that we can connect with the ups and downs of life itself. So, for instance, I know for sure circumstances are not excuses. I'll say that again. Circumstances are not excuses. There are things in your life that you go through, the ups and downs, like I said, where it takes you out of your character. It takes you, it knocks you, off your square, so to speak. But you have to stay in the present, because no matter what, you have to try to keep your head and your wits about you when you're dealing with difficult times, especially when you're dealing with death, or especially when you're dealing with, hardship, when you're dealing with ups and downs, when you're dealing with adversities. You have to stay present. And of course, it's hard to do when you lose a loved one, or it's hard to do depending on the circumstances. And this is why I say, when you have circumstances that are adverse, there's no excuses there, because you actually are dealing with something that factually you can point to say, you know what, I'm not at my best right now emotionally because I'm dealing with this. And the facts would be the set of circumstances that you're actually dealing with, where you can point to say, you're not pointing to that to make an excuse. You're really not in the present at that point, because you're someplace else emotionally, or you may be someplace else mentally because of the set of circumstances that you're dealing with, right? Where something is an excuse and it's not even the circumstances, it may be, you know what? It's the day after the Super Bowl and you don't feel like going to work that Monday. Then you make the excuse that you're sick. just putting it in, just putting it in perspective, right? Just throwing that little analogy out there. Then that's an excuse. Okay, there's a big difference. So circumstances are not excuses. I get it, but also having the ability to be focused and having the ability to be dialed in, having the ability to stand strong when you do get rocked with adversities, when you do get rocked, with something that is really difficult to stand back up from. That's where being in the present and staying in the present is so hard to do. But if you can do that, if you can weather that storm, if you can fight through that, there's going to be a light on the other side of those set of circumstances that will take you through. There's going to be a light on the other end of that dark tunnel that you're driving through during those circumstances that's going to take you through. And that word is faith. Having the faith to stand strong when you're dealing with adversity is a true test of character. It's actually a blessing from God because he blessed us all with the ability to deal with hardships. We have it in us to deal with those circumstances when they do arise. My mother used to always say, we don't come to live forever. And it's true. But when you're dealing with it in its real time, it's dealing with the reality that that loved one is not going to be here any longer, or something happens, like I said, and you're dealing with difficult times and hardships. Yeah, it's easier to say until you're in that whirlwind. But once you're in it, if you can stand strong and stand on that rock, when it's all over said and done, you'll be better for it. You truly will be better for it. Faith is such a strong aspect of all of our lives. And sometimes we know it, sometimes we don't. Sometimes your faith is tested. Sometimes when you're wavering back and forth and you don't know how to deal with it, you don't know how you're going to cope, you don't know how you're going to hang on, you have to stay present no matter what. That's the strength we all have. That's the resolve that we all have. That's what we're all built on. So I'm here to tell you today, this is not easy, but I'm staying present. I'm going to continue to move in the space, in the speed, and on the course, and in the direction, and in the journey that God has put me on, no matter what. The highs, the lows, the indifferences, the light, the darkness, no matter what, I'm going to continue to stay present on that path and on that journey that the good Lord has me on. And I'm going to say this to all of you. I respect and appreciate all the support to all my subscribers. Thank you so much. I'm humbled by your subscription, and I'm humbled by the fact that week in and week out, you tune in and you listen to what's going on my Napoleon's Corner channel. I want to continue to thank you for that. But I also want you to know that this is all about inspiration. This is all about motivation. My topics of discussion each week is truly to inspire positive changes. And that's really what it's all about for me. It's not about anything else. So I'm hoping that these little segments that I put up each Wednesday, I'm hoping that they're beneficial. I'm hoping that they're helpful to you. I'm hoping that you get something from it, because that's truly what this is all about for me. So once again, I just want to thank everyone who has supported me and who continue to support me, the ones that are here now, and for the new ones that will come in to subscribe. Thank you so much. Your support, you have no idea what it means to me. So once again, continue to fight the good fight. Continue to move forward and press forward on everything that you want, because everything is out there for you to get. Just keep it in perspective. Put a work ethic behind it. Put a game plan in front of it, and just stay present. Everything will work out for itself. I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. I'll see you next week. Take care.